Next up, we have Dark Age Island, full song animated, fan-made by Nova MSM. This is from My Singing Monsters. This is with My Singing Monsters. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here, musically. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, we are recording these videos in celebration of 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you once again, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you being here. I do not take this for granted, and I am grateful every single day that I get to do this and that any of you like this at all. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever you all want, and I will fully record, produce, and voice act an audiobook for it. We have to achieve this through legitimate means, though. No account duping, no botting, nothing like that. Just bring people to the community, share the streams, share the videos. Go get me more creators, because I know Nova is here with us in the chat. Go get me more creators to do this with. Don't spam, don't harass. It has to be legitimate. It has to be honest. There's also the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that works with that. So if you want to do that, then just go to Discord and there's that. Members, if you're a member, you get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member, you get access to the content when I schedule it, regardless of your tier. So become a member today. So Saturdays you get access to the videos for the week. Disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time listening to this, so I will be pausing a lot and I will be speaking a lot, as I will be pointing things out and explaining things as I hear them or as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I will stumble upon my words a lot. I just did. I will do it again. Whatever happens, happens. With that said, let's see. Dark Age Island. Let's go. Don't bother requesting songs right now, by the way. Don't bother. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Okay. We start with... All right, Patchy, thank you for hanging out. We start with one of my favorite keyboard instruments, the harpsichord, giving us our bass line, basically. And we have a couple of other a couple of monsters here giving us our... what do you call this? Our accompaniment. Accompaniment is usually the backing track to whatever melodies we're going to have. And we start with the ever so lovely... just absolutely adorable sound emblematic of My Singing Monsters. My Singing Monsters has this, because, you know, these are all monsters, but you don't want them to sound like actual monsters. You know, if you make any of these sound like a genuine monster, like, you know, monsters are supposed to be horrifying. They're supposed to instill terror and fear in the hearts of everyone. Yeah, you show that to a child, that child's going to be in therapy for a very long time. Again, I'm going to bring up the example, right? Like, you don't want Alex Terrible to voice any of these monsters. You ask him to growl, you show that to a child, you're going to be paying for therapy for a very long time. Very long time. So, no, you want to tone it down, and that is something that My Singing Monsters just does so fantastically well. That the sounds, and right now, I'm not sure if Nova is made an original one, or if this is from the gameplay, but either way, it doesn't really matter, and... the point being that these sounds are now toned down to appeal to innocence like that. It's very adorable. I find it very, very heartwarming, very charming. And yeah, let's see where it goes. The ba-da-dum. Here we go. Nice. We bring in the drums. So this is I love this. So this is kind of written like a waltz. And when it comes to waltz, is one of those things that I love waltzes, dude. It's such a beautiful thing. Once again, when you're making music, you have three components: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Rhythm being the use of time. when things happen, how fast or slow, beat, all that kind of stuff. And that is going to be subdivided into bars or measures. These are the same thing. They both mean the same thing. And bars and measures are then measured in a time signature. Time signature is made out of two numbers, upper number, lower number. Upper number is the number of beats that you're going to have. Lower number is going to be the type of beats that you're going to have. In English, it's pretty easy to remember. Rumble, welcome today. How you doing? Creative Village songs, mod songs are allowed, or covers allowed. I'm going to have to think that one through. After the video, remind me after the video and I'll think it through a bit more. So, in English, this is pretty easy to remember. Whole notes are represented by number 1. Half notes are represented by number 2. Quarter notes are represented by number 4. Eighth notes by number 8. 16th notes by number 16, so on and so forth. Note to make, one whole note contains 2 half notes, 1 half note contains 2 quarter notes, 1 quarter note, 2 eighth notes, so on and so forth. So in the case of 4/4, you would be having 4 quarter notes in your measure, and you would be counting your measure in 4 quarter notes, basically just counting 1 through 4. Now, when it comes to counting quarter notes and above, you count them as they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that kind of thing. However, if you come in contact with measures that are in eighth notes and smaller, you have to start subdividing them. For example, right now we are using the measure of 6/8. We're using the feeling of 6/8. 6 eighth notes. So we're going to have 6 eighth notes. However, you're not going to count them the same way, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you're going to do is you're going to subdivide them. And the way we subdivide them when it comes to 6/8 is that we subdivide them in 2 groups of 3. And we accentuate the 4th eighth note. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're instead going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Giving you that very, very lovely feeling that waltz and dances can have. All right, RPG, thank you for hanging out, man. Have a good one. So yeah, let's see where this goes. We continue with the So yeah, now that I'm noticing it, the accompaniment turned out to be the motif so far. So motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. We're probably going to have another melody coming in, and we're just building up that accompaniment. And basically, as you can hear, now we're doing that waltz thing, which is boom, bum, bum, boom. Bum bum boom bum bum boom bum bum. Very, very common when it comes to that. Misty, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. Welcome today. Isn't this 3/4 and not 6/8? Fantastic question. So, when it comes to music, there are a lot of synonyms, and in this case, there is a synonym because 3/4 and 6/8 have the same amount of notes. 3/4 is going to be 3 quarter notes, and you're going to count them as 1, 2, and 3. However, the feeling for these are meant to be different. When it comes to 6/8, you're going to count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or in this case, it's a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're subdividing it. However, a 3/4 is meant to be a little bit slower in that sense. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Know the difference? I thought the music itself was in 3/4. Right now, considering what we are hearing right now with a boom, bum, 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 that is more emblematic of a 6/8 rather than a 3/4. However, these are synonyms. And at the end of the day, I am just giving you the simplest way that this could be written down in. Because at the end of the day, theory and all this kind of stuff would be very much all about communication. How simple do you want your communication to be? I'm of the school of thought that your theory and what you write down needs to be as simple and easy to understand as possible in case you get somebody else that reads it. That is my philosophy when it comes to writing down music. I want my performers, I want my players to have the easiest possible time playing my music so that they can focus on making my music good instead of figuring out what the hell I'm trying to say in my music. That's my philosophy. So, and Aske, thank you for the 249. Philippines, I think? Remind me after the video to count this. So yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. So you can hear, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're doing a cadential phrase. See, if this was in... And the thing is, usually if you're going to do a 3/4, you're going to do a minuet. That's going to be more for a minuet, in which case the number 3 gets an accent. So instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So yes, now we're having this, and now we're entering in this section in which we are using cadential melodies. We're stepping away a little bit from the motif that we've been doing, and now we're entering a world of cadence. When you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you're resolving that tension. That point in between we call cadence. However, when it comes to the cadence themselves, there are always phrases that you can use in a way that you can fit them in almost anything. Almost any piece can have these cadential melodies, and it doesn't disrupt your motifs or anything like that. Eleanor, welcome today. How you doing? What did you see? What did you see? So yeah, we have this. So it is very cadential. Still following the motif because we still have that rhythm again. Nice. And off the ramp we go. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic term for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. Off the ramp is what I call a transition. It can be as short as a couple of beats. It can be as long as an entire section. And the purpose of this is to make your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. How do you do that? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well, which is what has happened over here, and we get this. We're continuing, reinstating, we're recapitulating the motif. Let's see where we go. Immediately bring back the drums. We have that those strings in the background giving us that waltz. Oh, so many layers here. Off the ramp we go once again. We bring an organ. We bring an organ here, giving it that spooky vibe, which I think it also has a theremin over there. I think we also have a theremin hidden over there, doubling some of this, while we are still keeping that. It's a surprisingly simple motif that we're using, because it's basically the whole dum, 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 which is by itself a bass line. It's a very basic bass line, and using that as a motif, it tricked me at the start, but it allows you to build so much more on top of that it's working really, really well. Which is, by the way, it's one of the things when it comes to motifs, you don't need to make a super incredible complex melody, because the more complex your initial melody is, the more difficult it is going to be to implement anything on top of it. So by using this extremely simple dum 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 melody as your initial motif, you're going to be able to build so much more on top of it. In music, of course, and in many things in life, we have the expression of less is more. And here, we started with something simple, and we're building so much more. It's insane. Now, we bring back the harpsichord, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know what a harpsichord looks like, it's one of the precursors that we had to the piano. It tended to be a very beautiful instrument, and the difference between a harpsichord and a piano is that the harpsichord is a harpsichord it behaves like a plucked instrument. The keys are basically 1 and 0. They're a binary system. You press the key, and the string gets plucked. You remove the key, and the string gets muted. When it comes to a piano, or the full name of the instrument, the pianoforte, we have the system of hammers that the piano has, that you press the key, and there's a hammer that goes down, and it strikes the key, and it stays ringing. And the difference is, in a harpsichord, it didn't matter how hard you hit the key, you would always get that on and off. There's one sound, there's one intensity, there's just one dynamic there. Whereas in the pianoforte, you can get quiet, you can get loud. And the harpsichord was very popular during the classical period, so around the time of Haydn, of Mozart, of all these other guys. And it kind of stayed in that. So whenever you hear a harpsichord nowadays, you're going to associate it with that classy type of history. So yes, and now we're bringing so many others. Let's see where it goes. Well, Steve, welcome back. Oh, we bring in a vocal sample singing, and I like it. We are having a couple of other monsters doing what we call stingers. Stingers being when you have other elements that are coming in and out. They're not necessarily entirely part of the full structure, but they're in to add extra flavor to this, because the overall motif is still staying pretty much the same, and we're just adding adornments on top of that in what we would call counterpoint. Counterpoint being the study of melodies. Again, music, melody, harmony, rhythm. The study of melodies, how they interact with one another, how they develop, and usually what happens when you put two or more against one another. And we're having that central line of music, and we're just adding stuff around it while the original stays as is. Let's see where this goes. This is really nice. So you can hear that, right? The voices doing the thing. We're having more vocal lines here. I like it. Ooh, I like one of the do. It's a variation of the motif that I would say it's based on the motif, but it changes. Yeah, It's very good. It's very good counterpoint for it, and I am impressed at how much is being done with so little. Like, these ideas are so incredibly simple by themselves, but when you stack them together like this, it makes this. Like, this is a fairly complex composition once you look at the whole thing, and yeah, by themselves, each of the elements is pretty simple. I love this. Let's see where it is. So it's slowly bringing this down. How are you gonna end this? Remove some of the elements, remove the organ, and one last hit of the timpani, and we loop back. Okay, and then it ends. It ends. I like it. We end with what is called a half cadence. So once again, build up, resolution, or tension resolution, cadence, right? However, there is one type of cadence called a half cadence. Half cadence is when you take that resolution, that moment of resolution, and you don't do it. And you leave that tension unfinished, and it then resolves in either the next section. In this case, it loops, so it resolves when it starts over, or you solve it in the next song. Self-promotion, whenever I talk about half cadence, I'm going to do it. I have made songs. I am a musician, I'm a composer, I've made songs, and I have a couple of them. They are symphonic death metal, so might be a bit intense, but I have two of my songs. One of them, Second Conquest, is the start of what I want to be my album, and then when Second Conquest ends, it ends on a half cadence. It ends with an unresolved tension, which is then resolved in As We March. So Second Conquest ends, and if you play them back to back, As We March starts, and it resolves. Half cadence resolved in the following section. So yeah, there you go. There you go. This is, yeah. And there you go. That was Dark Age Island, the full song animated fan made by Nova MSM using My Singing Monsters. What a fun song. What a fun track, dude. That was awesome. That was really fun. That was really fun. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, and yes, thanks Nova for reaching out once again. Well, this one brought to you via creator's privilege. Nova reached out and asked me to request this, so to do this. So if you're a creator, let me know if you want me to do an LFA for you. I will give you the creator's privileges and help you skip the line. So yeah, there you go. And yes, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, we are recording this video in celebration of 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I was not expecting to make it this far, this fast. I am extremely grateful. I do not take this for granted. I am grateful every single day that I get to do this at all. And I'm grateful in general that y'all even like it. So I'm glad you're here. Let's keep going. If we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers before Christmas of 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community. Whatever one fan fiction y'all want, I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We have to achieve this through legitimate means, though. So no account duping, no botting, nothing like that. Go share the videos. Go bring people to the community. Go get me more creators to reach out and do songs for them. There you go. That kind of thing. Don't go spamming or harassing people, though. Nothing like that. Just legitimate, honest behavior. There's also the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so feel free to coordinate with them. Go to the Discord. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, if you're on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting. And if you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server, link down below, go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned message. And if you want to catch the streams when they go live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, no need to worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch where they show the full up-to-date streaming schedule in your local time zone. So if you live in Albuquerque and you're like, oh, what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. No worries. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch and you will see it in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the recordings of the gaming after shows when they happen. Link down below or just search for it on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G and you got it. And yeah. There you go. Dark Age Island. Really, really fun stuff, man. That was awesome. I love the My Singing Monsters stuff. It's really cool. I might play it one day. Might. All right, that was good. But yeah, let's move on.